hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What's going on, entertainment? So time come out with another video. We got a lot to talk about. We doing Hollywood hot topics. Yeah. Smash that like button. Hype up the video. Let me know what y'all think down below. Okay. Now, if y'all haven't checked out my Real Housewives Atlanta recap, I did post it, y'all. Evan Entertains. Make sure y'all subscribe. Link is going to be pinned in the comments. Okay. That is where I cover non-ratchet reality TV and entertainment media. Okay. All right, make sure y'all subscribe. Now, Porsha recently replied back to all of the allegations that were sent to her desk about her mama, which, by the way, I believe Shamea. A lot of you guys get warped by Porsha and her lies because she's beautiful. And a lot of you guys are colorists if we really want to keep it a buckarooski. Now, both of these girls, of course, are brown hue, but Shamea is dark skin. Okay, so a lot of y'all just kind of get warped because y'all see Porsha, y'all know her longer. She's so beautiful. She's a funny kid. So anything she feeds y'all believe it. Porsha literally came up with that lie in the middle of the scene. I don't believe Shamea's mother tried to sleep with one of her husband's brother. And if that were the case, right? Why Porsha didn't you know the brother's name off the bat? Which she asked her which brother? I don't know which brother. Oh, all of a sudden inconvenience, you just don't know the brother's name. And then Phaedra gonna come with the assist talking about if somebody accuses something about my mother, I'm gonna say absolutely not. That's exactly what Shamea said. That's why she tried to pull Porsha card and say, hey, who's the brother? But y'all not putting two and two together. Y'all just going along with it, believe in Porsha. I believe Shamea 100%. And that is the reason why her mother probably bought the daycare as a lick back. See, that's what you call an old school lick back. Get your lick back, okay? The girlies in the older age, they didn't used to shoot fades and run their ones. They hit your pockets, okay? They touch them pocketbooks. That is how you properly get a lick back. I like a lick back like that, babe, because you're going to feel me. Okay, you gonna wake up one day, you gonna look, and that business that you own is going to be in my name. That is what you call a lick back. You get what I'm saying? So I believe Shamea 100%. Shamea to me is a little bit more credible in this story than Porsha because Porsha has lied on people several of times. Now, Shamea may tell a few white lies here and there, but she has not lied on people in regards to a big rumor or a story. Porsha has done that. Phaedra, you have done that. Okay, so I guess Porsha was on a vacay and she decided, she woke up, she just had an epiphany. She just went to Tiffany's, Fendi's on her and her mother at Dickory's. Okay, she said, wait, just catching up here in the Bahamas. Yo, I can't believe there are actually people talking about my mother and mentioning my daughter in a negative way. Another thing too, for y'all revisionist historians, please go back as to why mothers even got into this. Because of you, Porsha. Had you not brought up the mother thing with the daycare situation, none of this would have been discussed. So you went for it first and Shamea took it there. Please let's not forget that part. And I'm not even a big Shamea fan either. Because she does a little stuff, especially with Drew and her beef with Drew, that I find very irritating. But I call it how I see it. And Porsha, you full of cap. Okay? My mother and mentioning my daughter in a negative way, was this really worth it? Shamea took this way too far. You're not innocent while you got people discussing my mom because of a lie you told on this show. If we're going to discuss it, keep it between us. Now let's discuss you sleeping with your manager. See, this is where Porsha get the line. Anytime Porsha lies, she gets to talk about, let's talk about you. And she goes, this is her favorite line. You are low down. Just because you call somebody low down don't mean nothing, Porsha. She feels like that is like a nail in the coffin. You feel me? Like that's going to put you down, y'all. You are low down. That is Porsha's favorite term. I'm gonna start saying that now. Talk about me, bitch. You are low down. You are low down. That don't mean nothing, Porsha. Be quiet, okay? Sleeping with your manager who's married to one of your high school friends. Who you got that information from, Porsha? Angela? Angela must have told you that. As well as a pastor indicator who's 100% on your roster, along with many more. We're in the day and age of social media right now. Unless you got receipts and proof to back it up, please shut up. That is why when I talk about this certain situation on this channel many a times, about this certain person who's a vegetable, I say that I believe the accusations because I've seen proof of it myself. I've seen text messages, I've seen pictures, I've seen screenshots. It's not just word of mouth. I've seen proof. That's why I believe it. So I just hate when people put out little rumors like that. Where's the proof? Where is it? And I don't want to hear sausage. No, where is it? Where's the pictures? Where's the screenshots? Where's the timelines? Like that lady from Housewives said, where is it? Porsha to me just be saying anything. Y'all just run with it. It irritates me sometimes because y'all just believe anything this lady say. Just like with the Angela situation. Angela ended up looking like a plumb fool because guess what? You lied. You pulled that up out of hearsay. You didn't actually have proof of it. Okay? The situation in itself is really sad because these two at one point were tight as a clam's booty. So the fact that they were not able to kind of put their differences to the side with the history of friendship that they did have and move on is sad. Now I will say for y'all that haven't checked out Shamea's interview with Carlos King, I really feel like y'all do need to check it out because a lot of y'all feel like these two known each other longer than they actually have. She said that they actually got pretty close when she got on Housewives season 5. I was thinking that these two were bosom buddies since like high school. They said they knew of each other, of course, but they weren't in the same friend group. They were Cookie Crunch girlfriends going to prom together. This is what Shamea says. Okay. And Porsha never came out and denied some of those stuff that she said in the interview. So it must have been true. Because y'all knew Porsha would have came out and be like, no, that's not true. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So there's something to be said there that these two are not as close. So it kind of makes sense as to why they kind of went at each other the way that they did, to be honest. Once again, I don't see Shamea out here just freely nilly cheating on her rich, let me say that again, rich and loyal husband. If y'all think this lady is going to cheat and she's going to cheat down, you must be out of your mind. Y'all got to think about it like this. Let's say you marry, right? And you married to somebody that's literally a HVAC entrepreneur and that is a millionaire. He's supplying all of your life. You don't even have to really work. And you think this lady finna risk that to cheat down? She not you, Porsha. Okay, she's a little bit smarter than you, Porsha. Okay, especially when it comes to making some life decisions. Because clearly, Porsha, you're not smart in that department. On God. Because you married a scammer. You married somebody that was literally pulling a wool over your eyes in regards to marriage. And also, too, I feel like there's something to be said. That's why I really believe Shamea in this whole situation. Porsha, in the way that that whole Simon thing went out and about, and how she still to this day excuses it. I know her and Fallon were not friends. I know she was testing as a housewife. She was testing Fallon as a housewife, and that whole shebang. This is what was told, right? Morally, though, it was still corrupt in how it was done. The fact that she still excuses it to this day, they had to have come from somewhere. It's, guess what? Learned behavior. Hello. So I could believe her mama did what the mama did now. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, I could believe it. Because where's Miss Diana's husband? Can y'all hear me? Let me say that again. Where's Miss Diana's husband? This lady's of a certain age. She's not married. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Okay? Generational things are learned through time. All right. Now, from what I hear, Shamea got ate up at this reunion. Y'all know she don't know how to argue. That's one thing Porsha is gonna always have above Shamea. She's very witty and she's very quick. Shamea gets emotional. She gets frazzled. She she get to crying. You feel me? It start muddling her words. So I just know at this reunion, Porsha is gonna pull out all these lies. She gonna start pulling cats and rabbits out of the hat. I just really want next season. I want an OG to return because I feel like the fact that it's only Cynthia and Cynthia, you guys, she is a peacemaker. So she's not gonna call out certain things. Plus, she don't like Shamea. You get what I'm saying? I need an OG to come back that is going to remind us what liars Porsha is and what liars Phaedra is. And I think that OG person to return is Candy. Candy needs to return. That is what's needed next season. Straight up. I don't care if it's in a friend role or it's in a full-time role. That is somebody that will be able to cipher and see through the BS. Because let's not forget, now that Phaedra and Porsha are, freaking frack, let's not forget what she did now. Like, this is why I think I think the person who's feeding Porsha these lies, I really feel like it's Phaedra. I think Phaedra's up to her new tricks again. She's out here telling Porsha these lies and these qualms, and she's out here running with it and believing it. Just like with the whole Kelly situation. I don't believe that either. I don't believe that either. I feel like that was told out of a non-truth. And Kelly, to me, I side-eye too, because you went for Phaedra for help when it comes to your divorce. And it's the same lady who kikiing behind your back about you cheating with a married man. That to me is crazy. I'm never going to somebody like that for help. That's an op. Straight up. Anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all think about that situation. For y'all that have been watching Atlanta Housewives, y'all team Phaedra, y'all team Porsha, or y'all team Shamea? Because I'm team Shamea in this whole situation, y'all. Sorry. And before Porsha Nation come in my comments, please let's look at this video, okay?
They had asked Shamea to be on Housewives as a housewife years ago. And Shamea refused to do it or could not do it. I'm not really clear about the details, but in any event, she couldn't do it. She didn't do it. She did not accept the offer to be a housewife or to interview to be a housewife. And I remember a specific conversation being filmed where Shamea brought up something. Maybe it was her wedding. Maybe it was Porsha not being supportive of her. But I remember Porsha saying something to the effect of, why are you doing this? Why are you over here? Why are you doing this? Do you need the money that bad? And I think Shamea was like shocked, like, what, where's she going with this? And the gist of the conversation was, can't you just let me have this and you go over and do what you need to do? But this is my platform. You need to go and either be my support system or go away. That was the gist of the conversation. Now I've been on that show, was on that show, still am still employed, not on the show currently, but for 12 years. I've seen and heard a lot. I've never lied on anybody. Never. Y'all know that. I just remember thinking, is that a friendship or a relationship of convenience? Because a friendship, you cheer your friends on no matter what. And I just remember this saying that Oprah said before, like, if you have a friend that even shows you a hint of them not wanting you to succeed or climb the rung in a ladder, they are not your friend. I strongly believe that. If I don't have a girlfriend that's on the sidelines and be like, go girl, you gotta do that. What can I do for you? I'm gonna call the producers, I'm gonna call the network, I'm gonna do everything I can. I need you by my side. I've done that before for a friend of mine. To the point where I put in my own job in jeopardy because I'm like, y'all should look at this girl. She is dynamic, she's beautiful. She is a housewife. She is the one you're looking for. And you're overlooking her. And going so far out of my way, people were like, what is going on? What is the situation with you and this friend? Because she was somebody I truly cared about. She's my friend, and I believe she would be good in that role. However, that's not what I see with Shamea and Porsha. What I see is jealousy. What I see is somebody putting their foot on somebody's neck and saying, you stay down there. I want to be the queen of this. You go find your own thing, which is basically what she said. I mean, I think we already know what that is. It's not a friend. Anyways, no friend I would want to have.
Mic drop. Okay? It's no shade. My job, Shamea and Kenny are not friends. She does not owe her any loyalty to lie for her. You know what I'm saying? To say a certain story just because. She doesn't owe her that. So I believe Kenya. Because why would Kenya have to lie for that? For Shamea? For what reason? Kenya sometimes low-key didn't even like Shamea. I'm just saying, y'all. Let me know what y'all think down below. Anyway, so let's talk about this whole Cardi situation now and Steffon situation. First of all, let's make some stuff clear because I feel like a lot of y'all see some stuff online and y'all run with it. Okay. First of all, Chris Blake Griffith is a straight man. So he says. He has a girl. Not only that, he has children of his own. Okay? So let's make that very clear. Because a lot of y'all are running with this narrative. That's his, it's just a gay stylist. Okay. So please, before y'all run in the comments about gays exposing people, claiming to be a man, making a man gay, running with this narrative and all of that, let's make that very clear. He is a what? Straight man. So he says. Okay, somebody in the comments said I'm confused. It's because y'all don't do y'all research. This is on his social media, mind you. Okay, so it doesn't take nothing but a click. Okay, so first, let's be clear when it comes to that. Just saying. Okay. Now, y'all all know the whole lawsuit situation that he's suing Stefon, and then he's also suing his brothers in regards to the whole situation that happened with an alleged physical against him, right? Now, a lot of blogs have been putting out this narrative that he won the lawsuit with his brother, and he has to pay him all these millions of dollars. So Stefon has come out online saying that this is pure cap. At one point, he even said that he made an Instagram comment addressing a blogger, a female blogger, that posted that on her page, and basically saying like, "Hey, this is pure cap, mamas. That's a lie." And the reason why I made sure to mention his backstory, mind you, he's been in the industry for years. He's been in the industry over 10 years. This man is not just a stylist. He's worked in the industry doing things other than styling. Okay, so that's another thing that needs to be clear, because I hate when people try to make this a gay thing. It's not. It's between two straight, quote unquote, males. So don't be coming for the community, bashing us. We have nothing to do with this. Okay, this is somebody being accused of being on the low, on the down low, messing or allegedly trying to mess with someone that is straight. So please, let's keep that very clear. Okay, I just want to start off with that. Some of y'all gonna be like, oh, because y'all don't do y'all research. Y'all could have swore that this Chris Blake Griffith was was gay. Okay, now this is what Stefon commented on that blogger's page and said, "Mamas, a lying on my name because he got caught stealing. I ain't paid a dime. He sued the building. It's easy to run with a misleading headline. If it's text message, tell it to post them because I want to see them too. Like, LOL. Like, this case is here because I sued for defamation. Trying to act like this is a victim because he's lying is crazy. 100 pages. Okay, post them then. At the end, when I prove this a liar then what? You gonna make another post?" And then he then went on to make a long dissertation about being called a B at for this whole situation. This is how I feel like it. I feel like Chris is going for a money grab, but I do think it happened. I do think he got a little, he was taking a little bit of the pink powder donuts. Okay. We're gonna call it the Simpsons. Okay, we're gonna call it the Simpsons. A pink powder donuts. Allegedly, this is what Chris Blake Griffith said. He said himself that he allegedly took pink powder donuts. Right? This is what he says. So after he saw this comment, he said, "My name is Chris Blake Griffith, not BAN. If there were to be a signed agreement in regards to settlement in the West Coast case, it would likely exist within the world of having to remain confidential. A hypothetical agreement like that would also likely contain some type of verbiage in regards to amicable respect between the involved parties, where we don't make disparaging comments about one another publicly. I've kept it overly diplomatic as we await trial where a judge and jury will help the public at attention decipher between who's real, who's fraud. Yet situations like Mr. SMD speaking on me like this ignites a desire, not a desire, inside me that wants to turn this up and give y'all the show I know y'all want to see, especially knowing that I speak in matters of fact versus unsubstantiated lies. Exhibits exposed, plus discoveries unlocked before day one of trial on an app like a damn fool. But it's a trick. Yes, Mr. Suck My I sued my old apartment building and the security company. He has been very vocal about this. He's even done an interview with Tasha K. He spoke about this on many platforms about him suing the building because that is how Stefon's brothers were able to gain entry. This isn't even really alleged because it's all on camera and it's on footage. Okay. They in turn sued Derez Diggs, Corey Darnell Mack, Charlie Chap, Jordan, and Mr. Esmite, which is how you got involved in that suit. That's how lawsuits work. And seeing though you're publicly represented by counsel in that case, you should know these things. All of this is public knowledge. These walls are closing in on you, homies. It'll make you panic. And I understand that feeling all too well now, thanks to you. Just like when those elevator doors were closing in and the red signal for your other two hired workers to come and make an attack on my life while robbing me to bring my jewelry straight to you on video in broad daylight. You currently are jobless. That's public knowledge. I followed Stefon on Snapchat. It's a public Snapchat, so not too much because y'all nasty. Because we know what Snapchat give. It's a public Snapchat. Anybody could follow it. And he's always training. So I guess you can say he's jobless, but I call it in between blessings. No shade. Okay. He's in between blessings, awaiting the next opportunity. That's what I call it. You never say you're jobless. You never say you're homeless. You're in between blessings. Okay. That's public knowledge. The home detail in my Maryland police report, where I detailed a SA and robbery taking place under your roof, is for sale on Zillow now. That's public knowledge. By the way, the area that it happened in and the building that it happened in, I looked it up. That area has really bad reviews. Like that area has a lot of crime. It has a lot of like activity that somebody that wants to live a certain lifestyle, you're not gonna want to live there. No shade. Like you're not gonna want to live there because you could really get caught up in some mess from what I see in that video. I mean, in that area and that building. I tell you to use your initials as next steps between us in this form, but I won't tease a fun boy like you with a good time. What's a fun boy? What's a fun boy? I never had a fun boy before. I feel like I'm missing out on something. S my D, leave me the F alone, and I'll see you where it matters most. Before a judge and jury. Best regards, CB. Don't you use them initials? God damn it, you know that's Chris Brown. Don't be pulling up in this mess. Now, that Chris Blake Griffith, he can read, okay? Well, y'all know how Cynthia doesn't read, she reads. That could read, okay? Not only he read Stefon, he also read Cardi B, her rights in this as well. Now, this is where I feel like it's going a little bit too far. Cardi, you need to stay out of this. I'm sorry. I always feel like this. A woman should never get involved in a man being rumors of him being on the low. I feel like you should never speak up. I'm gonna tell you why. There's two reasons. One, because you really never know. And I feel like a lot of DL rumors, they do not fly out of the air. It comes from something, especially if it's multiple situations, not just one occurrence or small rumor. It's a general rumor that's come across many a times. One. And two, I feel like the reason why women should never come out about it and defend and ride for your man on some DL rumor type ish, because you do not want that man that is being accused of doing those things behind closed doors to see you defending him publicly, because he will then, if God forbid he is doing those things behind closed doors, he will feel that it is okay because he sees that you are publicly backing him up. So he will continue to do those things because he knows that you will not leave and you believe him. No shade. I've seen this happen in real life. Now, if it's another BITCH of you for sure, hell yeah, defend your man. But if it's another man, you need to sit back and really see what is really going on. Because I'm telling you, I've seen this in real life. So I don't think it was smart for her to speak out on this at all. This has nothing to do with you. Stay out of it. Straight up. I know that's her man and all, but it's like, you do not want this to be proven right, and some things come out that can possibly you, and you end up with egg in your face. So I think that's where Cardi should have just okay, and kept it a little bit quiet. All right. Now, who is Chris Blake Griffith? You guys ask. Okay. He has 10 years of experience in the industry. He's worked as a consultant and advisors to like artists, athletes. He also worked at one point Under Armour, and it's been linked to like high profile names, like a lot of athletes, one of them being Stefon Curry. Okay. So someone with his status doing something like this and pulling out a lawsuit like this is going to affect him long term. This is why I'm more leaning on believing his story than not, because this has a long term effect in his career in the industry, because other athletes and or celebrities possibly may not want to work with him because they will feel like a similar situation like this may occur and they don't want to be tied to any drama. So let's say if it were Cap, this would have went away a long time ago, because he would not want his name to be tarnished, because the industry is very small. Everybody knows everybody, right? So of course, a lot of blogs were posting this story, posting this back and forth, and Cardi decided to take to the to space, because y'all know the girls live on space now. Okay, goddamn you, space. All right, that space is going to be the weapon that have formed a lot against you celebrities. All right, she went on space and has some things to say about Chris, and feels as if he is a light-skinned albino, which it's one thing to defend defend your man, but you coming against this man. Look, first of all, this man is beautiful, no shade, beautiful. This man not no ugly nigga. Just because he light bright don't mean nothing. You get what I'm saying? And are you trying to say albino people are ugly? Anyways, y'all, I digress.
I really hate how y'all got me defending. Y'all got me
Now I know you ain't doing that. I can't believe you did this.
That's why I don't tell you nothing. Because
Why you do that?
why I do what?
How we is crazy. We ain't got you doing a ass thing. Like what? I love how like what thing would Cardi gonna do? She gonna defend a nigga and then blame us for it. She gonna blame the media for it. Like it's y'all fault that I'm gonna have that I'm speaking out and cussing y'all out. What?
defending a nigga that I'm beefing with, and I don't like that. Like I really hate that. But I'm not liking how it's one thing for the internet to give false claims and report false news, but for credible sources and credible people
And the people she's referring to as credible sources, credible places is TMZ.
they're supposed to be talking about credible shit, they're supposed to be doing their research to talk about it. I really hate this because it's like, let me tell you something. When you sue somebody for defamation, like I sue somebody for defamation, there is nothing to hide. There is nothing to hide. When it's time to go to discovery, when it's time to do discovery, you gotta turn in all your phone, all your apps. It don't matter if you deleted a text, it don't matter if you deleted a message, they will retrieve it. This man is suing somebody else because they lied on them so bad, and they're trying to prove to the world that what this person said is a lie. And I don't like how people, everything has been on the internet from the beginning. This light skinned albino came on the internet and told the story 3 different times. The first time was, I asked this for some money, you know, like he was my people, and he came and whispered in my ear, like, oh, you want the money, you got to do this, this, and that. Then when your story wasn't getting picked up how you wanted it to get picked up, you juiced it up and you spiced it up. And now it's, oh yeah, he pulled out, yeah, he was high and he pulled out his meat. You said two different stories. And what the crazy shit is that bloggers and people that's supposed to be making their research are not even doing their research to see how this man did the story two different sides, said the stories two different ways. Then on top of that, and I don't give a I can talk about it because I'm not the one getting, I'm not getting sued. I don't got nothing to do with it. I'm not even involved with the. It's just the fact that it's like everybody, it's not fair, and it's like it's kind of sick because it's like, how much should a person take? What happened if somebody commits? What happens to that? Because when somebody was lying on my name and people was calling me all types of names for 2-3 years until I prove in court the truth, that shit had me going crazy. So imagine when somebody imagine being such a hater, you steal from somebody. You hate the fact that they didn't forgive you because you stole from them. You didn't like that everybody around your circle knew that you stole. So what you did, you went and you put the worst allegations, the worst allegation on a man. I never seen another man want to be involved so much with have those allegations with another man. Now,
I'm gonna say this. I do not think the worst allegation against a man is them accusing him of being a punk. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the worst allegation is somebody accusing you of messing around with children. We are in 2026. There's so much out here that's a part of the rainbow community. Please. Please. Okay? You have straight dudes out here that are openly admitted that they like their Big Debbie cakes eaten with a spoon. And you mean to tell me that's the worst accusation? No, Cardi. The worst accusation is somebody accusing a man being a PDF file. That's the worst, in my opinion. No shade. If somebody accuses a man of being a file, I'm a key about it here and there, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my God. But if somebody accuses you of being a PDF file, man, you're the worst person ever in my eyes. That says a lot, Cardi. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, sheesh. I get it, because it like a straight man, it may ruin business when it comes to people not wanting to do business with you because of homophobia and all of that. But it's like, in the grand scheme of things, that's not the worst thing you could be accused of as a man, in my opinion.
like that, I never seen a man be obsessed with another man like that. Cause I got obsessed, be obsessed. But a whole man that got kids obsessed with another man is crazy. And on top of that, pocket watching another man is crazy. Pocket watching a career, pocket watching a home. What? You a grown ass man? Why you picking up with another nigga? Why you even wanna? You have son. You have a son. Why you wanna be involved in those type of allegations, and then you're going around different blogs and different podcasts talking about it all smiley and shit, lying though, because you did two different stories, two versions. What was it? At first it was oh, can he help me out because I was up, and then he said, oh yeah, sure, but first you gotta do this. Then you went and juiced up like, oh yeah, we was high, we was having fun, and then he just whipped out his. First of all, the don't even act like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause it there. How do you know, Cardi? That's the problem. This is why I'm telling y'all, like, women, my entertainers that are women, if your man gets accused of doing DL things, and I'm talking about, let's say a pop comes out, I say, oh, I did this with him, I did this with him, I did this, but don't even reply. Don't sit back, watch, observe. I'm telling you. How do you know? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you don't know that for a fact, babe. You don't. One thing nigga gonna do is what lie? All I'm gonna say is this: you can really see how move on Love Island by watching Love Island, straight up. Because if you watch that show, the dudes on there, some of them acted one way in the women's face. They get around their dudes, man, baby. You would have thought it's a whole different. That's why that show is so captivating, because you could really see how relationships work, and you could really see how, like, when you are not in front of your partner, how you change and how you switch up. So you cannot, for a certain fact, just say that that's not how it even act. First of all, you don't even know this man that long. Let's start there. You do not know this man that long. It's no shade. You don't know this man 10 years, 15 years plus. So you can't even really sit up here and say that. You have children with him, but you don't know him that long. I'm just saying, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to take a picture for the visa.
Well, take a picture of me because I'm pretty.
What I will say, I do not like how Chris is going around podcast kikiing about it. I don't feel like he should be sitting on Academics podcast. I feel like he should be going on podcasts talking about stuff and doing, like, no. I don't like that. I agree with her 100% when it comes to that. When it comes to legal things like that, you should not go around doing stuff like that, because it does make you look very less credible. It makes you look like you take the situation as a joke. That part I don't agree with.
So we gotta scan your face,
Okay.
and then we go inside, take a picture, and then you can come back and chill for a few minutes.
Okay. All right. Take the picture.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, like this is how I know. It's not even how I know. This is the shit that y'all gotta visibly is, the allegations that you claiming. But you post up a DM of a nigga talking about, yeah, I'ma bust your ass. And you trying to say like, oh yeah, look at the type of shit that he was writing to me. But you don't scroll up when when y'all talking about basketball. Yeah, we about to go play. Yeah, I'm about to bust your ass. And then you try to make it seem like a nigga was trying to fake flirt with you. It seemed like a nigga was trying to fake flirt with you.
Sorry, I know exactly what she's referring to. So there's a text message. This is why I said, y'all, I do think Chris is money grabbing. I'll never say I don't think he money grab. That nigga money grabbing. Oh yes, he said, oh, you get your brothers to sock me left and right and squabble me down. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make you look like a punk in front of the whole world. But do I think he's lying about, him pulling out, the sausage and start, going to town? I don't think he's lying about that. I'm telling you, I don't think so. I feel like he got very comfortable with him, and he thought he was on that type of timing, and it turned out that he wasn't. Now the text message that she's referring to is messages where they were supposed to meet up and play, right? And he said, "Oh, like I'm finna whoop you in this game. You feel me? Like I'm finna bust your big W cakes down. Yeah, what's up?" But he cut off the part, and then he just left it as like, I'm finna get in your cakes. I'm finna bust your big W cakes down, girl. You feel me? I'm finna go there, gun. You know what I'm saying? So that is very manipulative of you, Chris. I didn't see that.
Why you ain't show that? When this posted it on his shit trying to prove you wrong, nobody was posting that. Like, shit is insane to me. And I feel like at this point, like these blogs, they're gonna report the truth, but the headline be so misleading, and people really just don't read. And it's like it's and picking. Like, it's like, yo, like enough is enough. Like, what you want the nigga to do? Throw himself off a bridge? If somebody's hiding something, they wouldn't be suing. And then it's like when this is taken to court, then it's apologies. It's apologies. Like, oh damn, oh wow, we should have never doubted. When it's too late, when y'all been picking on for so long, that's up. I don't like that.
We are doing it.
Okay, because let me tell you something. I will never forget in 2018. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what happened, right? In 2011, right? When I was a stripper.
Go inside and do
All right. When I was a stripper, there was a right. I was shaking my And while I was shaking my ass, a nigga was throwing me money. This come and swept the money that the throwing me off my feet. So I kicked her. I kicked the and I'm walking around in the club trying to like, you know, get my money. So she gave me some of the money. So at the end of the night, I threw a cold coffee in her face. Hold on, y'all. I'm taking a picture for immigration.
Okay, and then
All
we'll do one more photo.
All right, cool. Didn't really know the she is work with me thing. When I became famous, what the do?
Can you stand right here?
Yeah, I'm
The what?
standing right here. Hold on.
Right here. Just it's not.
Now, Cardi, you can't be addressing people on space out here doing extracurricular activities now, girly. That's inconveniencing us.
Yeah, I used to work with Cardi. I lived with her in her house, and yeah, she had and all this made all these false claims about me, and the whole internet ran with it. The whole internet ran with it. They used this to spread the information, and for 3 years straight, until I took it to court, people were saying that I had a disease that I never had. For 3 years straight, for 3 years straight, people were saying that I had a disease. People was picking on me until I
And of course, she's talking about Tasha K, and she's talking about the former friend that went to Tasha K, talked about it. We all know the story, y'all.
won it, and I had to show medical records in court, because if I would have been like, oh look, I don't have it, and I would have just showed medical records online, nobody would have believed me until I took it to court. Okay.
Yeah, stay right here.
Yeah. 100 Churchill Road. You want the address on the?
Yeah.
Their own name, because shit has gone too far, and that light-skinned lizard do not want to go against me, because I got something for your ass. I don't stay quiet.
Well, after this, the light-skinned lizard, he decided to speak up. Okay, the light-skinned lizard went off, y'all. This is what he ended up saying. He said, I have too much respect for Barty and women in general for me to say anything disparaging back to her. This is so, this is so pepper-coated, by the way. It's so coded of him. It's not even funny. Say anything disparaging back to her. But mama, please take off the blinders. My time around that collective predates you. How could I be a thief when the only person that got robbed and was me on camera twice within a 7-day span? Y'all keep talking about which direction someone leans toward in regards to orientation while too documented. I'm going to say this. Him stealing is, I wouldn't say far-fetched, but it's not as believable as one may think, because if he's a stylist, right, and he has access to many brands, he has access to many exclusive pieces, why would he have to steal from him when he could probably get those items himself, and or even ask him directly, hey, let me hold that, if they're that close or cool of homeboys? Him stealing to me doesn't make sense. That's the part to me that is so questionable. It's like sometimes I believe it, but then sometimes I'm like, why would he have to steal if you got, like, you feel me? You're working with these celebrities, you have access to all these brands, you have access to all these items, you can get it easy. So why take it? That's the part to me that it doesn't make sense. But anyways, y'all keep talking about which direction someone leans towards in regards to orientation, while by the two documented. First robbery attack was illegally recorded without my consent. As Maryland is a two-party consent state, I'd never agree to be recorded while being naked and to comply with a narrative after I denied the advances of a man who had just given me a diamond watch from Eliante the same night of my attack. Ooh. The guy publicly admitted to me leaving his home without my belongings as he bragged about having me Jazzy Jeff from the Bessed MD property barefoot, not even with shoes on my feet. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in clothes, accessories, and luggage gone from me, still to date. Second robbery. Attack in California is captured via 4K surveillance cameras from all angles where someone with the same middle and last name as Barty's BD were charged and convicted by the state of California for the attack on my life. You know how it is to have to face this foolishness every day? Organized crime is illegal. Organizing crimes is illegal. If I didn't speak up, imagine how many more victims there may be. Look up what happened to Nigel King. Look whom attacked Nigel and cross reference those names with who attacked me. Them same kids she referenced that are watching me need to know their daddy never let anybody step on me or over me that did me wrong simply because they were more rich. Truth gonna get beat a lie 8 days a week. The discovery that comes out in the East Coast trial will put all this madness to rest. Oh, and who pocket watches? Someone who pocket watches, someone who was sued for defamation and claims their earnings were affected. Simple math for me to ask where you took a loss. Please remember, I was sued first. I responded with facts that have only become more substantiated as times have taken shape, and now everybody has involved will be held accountable where it matters most before a judge and jury. Barty is love. You don't know what you don't know. CB to CB, mama. Please don't say my name anymore. Chris Blake. Ooh, Chris, you better watch out. She gonna get them Baba laws on them. Allegedly, I'm joking. I'm too much. Okay. I'm only saying that because of Akbar. Just jokes. It's jokes. Okay. Now, Chris, this is where you took a little step far. You know what I'm saying? You got a little petty. Okay. He then posted a series of pictures, which I found to be very interesting, to be honest, for you to include this thread. Interesting, they say. Okay. This series of pictures included intimate photos. Now, they intimate, I say with a grain of salt, not intimate, they were in the bed messing with each other, y'all. I'm talking intimate with these are candid photos of them, hanging out as homeboys. Now, some of them are a little bit sus, some may say. Now, these two are very close. It's sad that it went to this because you can tell they were very close friends. Once again, these are two straight men. The community has nothing to do with this. I'm going to reiterate that once again. This man has a child and a girl. Thank ya. Don't bring us up in this. We ain't got nothing to do with this. Now, some of these photos you didn't have to include in the slide. And I'm talking about Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C, and Exhibit D. Just saying, okay? Because come on now. You already know what narrative is being ran in the games that are being played, okay? In all, I really do feel like Cardi needs to stay out of this. And one thing I don't like that Cardi does, she makes it all about her. Like, this has nothing to do with you, babes. Like, I get it. That is your child's father. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, in the legal side of all of this really has nothing to do with you. And I wish you would just kind of like stay out of it because I don't think it makes the situation better. All it does is push social media fodder, gives people more content to post, and make it a more of a salacious story because now it's Cardi B defending her BD and it becomes this whole thing. Okay, let me know what y'all think down below and who do y'all believe. Once again, I do feel like Chris is doing a huge money grab. The story of him stealing to me is very questionable. And I do believe what happened in the car. Okay. Now, what he's alleging happened in the car is basically he says that, he pulled out the schlang, said he was on Pink Pot of Donuts. He even posted a video of Jamie Foxx doing a stand-up saying that he took Pink Pot of Donuts and it made him super gorny. Okay, it made him super gorny. It would make him want to somebody in the Debbie Cakes. Like, anybody that has taken pink powder donuts, I've heard this. I've never taken pink powder donuts. I don't know what it feel like, but I've heard this many a times that from people that have taken pink powder donuts that it does make you, you know, it gets you feeling. Okay. Right. Anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all think down below about that one, because that is y'all the talk of the town. Okay, now let's talk Young Miami. Spin that. I said a spin that. Should have spin that. I said a spin that. Y'all, Young Miami, y'all, I think is letting that spin that gets her head just a little bit. She has now dropped out of her tour that she was going to do at Boss Mandilo. Okay, she dropped out of it due to unexpected last minute departure. Boss Mandilo posted, we are postponing the Motion Party tour. We'll share updates regarding rescheduled dates as soon as possible. And she then posted, Miami, sadly, I have an update that I won't be on the Motion Party tour anymore. Thanks so much, Boss Mandilo. Wishing you all the best on the new dates. I'm so disappointed because I was really looking forward to turning up with y'all. But I know y'all want this album, so I got to stay locked in to get it finished. These deadlines are on my, but y'all gotta love this new music. Thank y'all for running Spin That all the way up. The love has been crazy. I see y'all and I feel y'all. I love y'all for real. Okay, Monique. Trust me, it's gonna be worth the wait. Stay tuned. Album coming soon. A lot of people are very upset with this because they feel as if she is turning her back on people that really were, still aligning with her. Because this tour was announced a long, long time ago. A minute ago. Okay, some people have been buying tickets. Okay, because this is about like the second or third situation besides the Boosie situation. People feel like she kind of turned her back because of this song. And I feel like this album, she's putting a lot of pressure on it. And I do feel like she needs to kind of levy on that, because now you're building up an anticipation that really has to be lived up to. If this album does not hit, people will say that she got lucky with Spin That. The reason why I say that is because I feel like a mistake that artists do, they tend to overly promote a project before it comes out, saying, oh, it's going to be great, it's going to be amazing. So you have these critics that will literally sit there and wait to put the project down just because you've been bigging it up so much, versus just dropping it with maybe not, I wouldn't say like a little bit of promo, but not bigging up the project like it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. You won't have so much people waiting to hate, especially with the amount of hate that she's gotten in the past in regards to her music and just everything with the whole Diddy situation. I just feel like not too much on the album. Like, let us wait and hear it out first before you get to bigging it up to like the full extent. That's just how I feel. Now let's talk about this Nolan Wells situation. This Nolan Wells situation really bothers me because the way that it's being treated, like the investigation, right? First, they came out and they said there's nothing suspicious about his death. They don't think it was anything suspicious surrounding him. Then they come out and say, oh, there might be something suspicious around his death. Don't rush us. Don't rush us. Man, now the FBI, y'all, is getting involved in all of this, thankfully. And then Nolan Wells, football coach, interview with TMZ. He should have sat this one out. You should have sat this one out. How are you going to speak for somebody and how they felt in regards to racial tension? I do not like when people speak for someone that is not alive. That bothers the heck out of me. Why are you speaking for them? Please be quiet. Like, what? You were a football coach. You do not know what this man went through in the lunchroom, after practice. You don't know. That to me is crazy.
Fortunate accident, tragedy, or that it's something more sinister?
I was in Ocean Springs when it happened, and I was still in disbelief when I got the news that Nola was missing. So when I got all the details surrounding the case, that they told me he was out at Horn Island, and he came up missing or whatnot. I talked with his dad, and we just had a conversation. That was kind of after the fact when they had found his body, because I was just giving the family their respect that they deserve. And when everything first took place, but I was sharing all the detail that the family was sharing, just putting the word out there and just so everybody could be on notice and everybody be paying attention.
When you say you talked to the dad, did he kind of accept this as an accident and a tragedy, or was he more suspicious?
Well, no, he was more so just searching for answers right now because it had just happened and there was a lot of questions still unanswered.
Usually high school football stars have a pretty close relationship with their coaches. What can you tell us about just Nolan as a human being?
Nolan was a great young man, with a big personality. Everybody gravitated to Nolan because of his smile. He just wanted everybody to be happy, and he was a joy to coach, a joy to be around. To sum Nolan up, long story short, Nolan is a guy that I would let date my daughter.
I mean, there were rumblings that he may have gotten into an argument, that there might have been a confrontation or something like that. I mean, was he a guy who would stand up, where, his hackles would go up, or was he more of a get along type guy?
He's more of a get along type guy. Don't get me wrong. Now, if something happened, he'll defend himself. But I knew right then in that video that wasn't Nolan.
One of the theories is that that he was drinking and that there was a riptide that day, and that maybe he got caught in a bad current out there. Knowing him as an athlete, and we've heard that he did know how to swim, would that surprise you if he ended up in that situation?
I mean, it would surprise me, that happened, but like I said, man, I'm just waiting till the family, give out, details of what they done gathered.
Was there racial tension at this school?
No, I don't think it was no racial intention at the school, from my experience. Because you have, predominant white school, you have black kids there, and they all, played and grew up together.
How do you know that? That is so annoying to me. Like, you don't know. Don't talk about things that you have no clue about. You were not there. I hate when teachers do this. That's one thing I used to hate when it comes to school. It's like teachers will swear they know what's going on, or counselors or whatever, when sometimes they're not there when situations happen. So when they're told about it, they're like, no, that such and such would never do this. Well, such and such turned into a different person when people are not around. Hello? Anyways, y'all, I'm still following this case because he really does need to get justice, and I don't want this to be another case, because there's been so many other cases where cases have gone cold, and the people that have been accused of doing these crimes to these victims get away with it, going by their lives like nothing has ever happened. We need this to not be one of those cases. We don't want this to be the same case as the boy who got wrapped up in that gym mat, and he accidentally rolled into a gym mat, got stuck. Like, we need this to be solved and these people to be brought to justice. Like, this needs to be done. To me, this is far more important than anything Cardi B. This is far more important than anything Housewives or anything like this needs to be solved, because the fact that these boys think that they're gonna get away with it and go about their merry lives, marry, have kids, and nothing be done is crazy. Okay, let me know what y'all think down below about this video, and we're out, babies.